Louie Varland pitched great in his major league debut for the Twins at Yankee Stadium, striking out Aaron Judge here with a changeup. There's the Varland cheering section. We'll see plenty of them and plenty more strikeouts from Varland. 7 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings. Pitched great. 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk. 80 pitches on the outing. 19 batters he faced. Very encouraging. An impressive performance. A guy who in July really wasn't even pitching all that well in Double-A. Got promoted to St. Paul and looked great immediately. Just like a switch went off. And so nice to see him pitching, at Yankee Stadium. It might have been a little bit of a softer Yankee lineup and a little bit less of an atmosphere at Yankee Stadium after the rainout from last night. But either way, amazing performance. The only run he gave up while he was on the mound was on an Aaron Judge home run, and that guy's hitting home runs off everybody. So, again, Varland, 5 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, the 1 home run. Here is some of the numbers from Baseball Savant. You see through his fastball 56% of the time. I had a swinging strike rate, whiff rate of 29%. That is above the league average, which is 25.4. A CSW, that's called strike plus whiff rate, of 35%. That is above the league average of 27.5. And he averaged 93.8 miles per hour, and his fastball topped out at 96.2. If you're not familiar with those numbers, that's just basically to say he looked really good. It wasn't just a bunch of guys making weak contact or something. Louie Varland pitched great. Great to see. And that was it. He came out of the game, and it rained again, and that game and the night game got canceled. So that's all we have to talk about with the Minnesota Twins today. Legit. Anyway, moving on to the St. Paul Saints. Michael Helman on the very first pitch of the game. They're setting up the camera. They're getting the score bug in, and Michael Helman says, you're going to need to update that. It's 1-0. Home run, his 18th homer of the year. Mark Contreras also hits a first inning home run, one of his 2 home runs in the game. Kind of a guy who's been hurt by the fact that there is like 1,500 left-handed hitting outfielders in this organization. But Mark Contreras continues to play well for the Saints. Back to Helman, though. He hits an RBI single here in the 4th inning and steals his 40th base of the season. He is 40 for 44 in stolen base attempts. That is over 90% success rate. Very impressive for Michael Helman. Ronny Henriquez was also very impressive in this one. And when he looks good, he looks really good. 5 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. Unfortunately, the 2 batters that he let on both scored. Kind of unfortunate sequence of events for him to have that be the case. We'll take a look at that in a moment in the 4th inning highlights. But again, 9 strikeouts. But here you see in the bottom of the 4th inning, he leads off with a walk and then falls behind the next batter who hits a home run just out of the reach of, I think that's John Andrioli out there in center field. Just couldn't haul that in. And then to make matters worse, Andrew Bechtold makes a nice stop here, but Chris Williams can't pick it, so that's an error on Bechtold. And at this point, Henriquez has had a lot of starts that just unravel at something like that. Something goes wrong and they kind of just keep tumbling down, but he pitched through this. Very encouraging to see him work through the rest of this inning. Keep that runner who reached on the error at first base. Only gives up the 2 runs in this outing. Henriquez is a guy with a 5.81 ERA, but he is still only 22 years old, and he has more than 10 strikeouts per 9 innings with the Saints this year. And, an outing like today shows you the potential that he has. So I was very encouraged to see him work out of that jam and have a nice outing for them. And some stats incoming from the other minor league games tonight. But here's a rundown of the results. Yeah, the Twins did play. They lost. As I'm recording this, they're down. They're getting crushed in the 2nd game. You got me. But all the minor league affiliates won. And I didn't want to lose sight of Louie Varland's great outing, so I just kind of wanted to put focus on that. And, can you blame me for not wanting to talk about those Twins-Yankees games? Really? Can you? We looked at Ronny Henriquez, but also Cody Funderburk pitched awesome. 6 shutout innings with 7 strikeouts. David Festa pitched into the 7th inning for Cedar Rapids. Again, the Carlos Correa asterisk is because that game was still in progress while I'm recording this. But of course, he has a big game when nobody else shows up. The Twins get crushed. Again, 2 home runs from Mark Contreras. Not listed here is Aaron Sabato had a bases clearing double in that 5-0 Wichita win, so that was huge. And Edouard Julien also had a 3-hit night for them. Lots of good performances there. Thank you to all the members, but there are the premium members. Thanks for checking this out. We'll talk again soon.